Okay, here's this week's tale. Well, spring has sprung, at least in the part of the country and the world that I live in. But being that this is South Texas, it means that on any given day I might have to go outside and be wearing long johns, or I could get away with just wearing shorts and a t-shirt. In fact, that actually did happen this week. The thing that comes to my mind when spring happens isn't the usual thing that most people think about. I usually think about it's tax time, because we're closely approaching in this country the time where you have to file your income tax. And why I thought about this was because a guy I work with basically is having his house and his property all seized by the IRS through no fault of his own. I just got to say that it may not be the best of ideas to let your ex-spouse do your taxes. Not to run down ex-spouses, it's just probably not a good idea. This made me think about my own run-in with the IRS. A number of years ago, it was actually on the day that my sister got married. We had just come home from the wedding and we were at the reception. We had it at a house. And I went out to the mailbox to check the mail after I got changed out of my suit and everything. And I get a letter from the IRS. So I go into my room really quick and open it up and it says, "I'm being audited." And I'm thinking, how am I being audited? I got like 12 cents in the bank. Well, it turns out that a year or so before this had happened, I had lost my wallet at a movie theater. And in my wallet was my Social Security card. And somebody, being the good citizen they were, took it and sold it to at least a couple of people. Because I got a notice from the IRS wanting to know why I hadn't paid taxes on 2 jobs that I had worked. Now, it just so happened that it worked out that neither of the jobs were in the city I lived in. And I could prove my residency, which I ended up having to do, because once you start dealing with the IRS, you have to show proof for everything. One of them was out of state in Michigan, and the other one was in another city in Texas and up in the Panhandle. It took me months to get this all straightened out, and in the end, I finally did get it worked out, and that's really the only bad thing or negative thing I've ever had, dealings I've had with the IRS, knock on wood, that stays that way. And I've also found by asking other people, especially people who I know who live in other countries, that disliking the tax man seems to be universal. I actually have a couple friends from Britain who shudder every time you mention Inland Revenue, which I guess is their IRS. So that's why I put that thing on the my tagline about you can't get away from death and taxes, because you really can't get away from death and taxes. Remember, the world's a better place when we all share. Thanks and have a good week.